जो है क्या कहते हैं, आप उसको अटेंड करेंगे, आपके अंदर जो है इन्वॉल्व होंगे, तो आपको पता चलेगा कि एक्चुअली व्हाट इज द आंसर ऑफ दिस। और ये भी एक आर्टिकल, ये भी हमारा क्या कहते हैं आर्टिकल है जो इसी साल में होंगे, इसकी डिटेल आपको मिल जाएगी, बुकलेट छपने वाली है, आने वाली है, उसमें एक आर्टिकल है इसी का कि किस तरीके से जो है शुरू करें। ठीक है, any other question? Thank you very much for
Alright, we will have the test. So you are done, relax, and we will request our three experts who are waiting for their lecture. Some of them are short, keep it to not quantity but quality, and they will be enjoying it for lecture right now. There are some new rules and regulations for the test. And the new rules and regulations are: yes, kindly place, put away all books, every single book over here. You won't like us to see you looking into your books and writing your answers, and you won't like us to deduct marks from your test, which we probably will like to announce we have done. Yeah, we did that. And thanks to very vigilant observation of the teacher. There is no doubt. Just relax and do your test. So put away all books, please. Yeah, students experts. Okay, and then that is group 2. All the newcomers, advanced course newcomers who are not giving your test, kindly just come here to the front and we will assign you to the teacher. Advanced course, new admissions. You know which category you are. You are advanced course, new admissions. All advanced. Okay, to the hall, because look at the hall, it's empty. And I will start the program so that when they come in, they will miss the most important aspect, which is this video about the prepared environment. It's a lifetime opportunity. Let us settle down and focus our attention to the prepared environment. You can start. अच्छा सबको बाहर is like this, talks like this will go on and on. So we have 3 major lectures, and you pay attention, you enjoy them because there are 3 major voices, and it's extremely informative because now we are moving towards the material and the subject aspect, and they're all dealing with the sensorial. So the very first one, as we can see, it is material for development, and this lecture is by Ma'am Asma. Because of the time, we have total 45 minutes. No, we have more than that because it's basically 3:30. So it's going to be quality and not quantity. You will enjoy listening to her because I don't think you were there last month. Yes, we missed you last month. Good to have you here. And Asma nahi. You will always be a part of Asma.
अच्छा, मुझे आसानी ये हो गई कि relating to my topic, you have seen the visuals and you see how intricately these materials were being prepared, and you had seen the class environment as well, that when we talk about discipline, we were not disturbing any other student, and the directress was there helping other children. So that was the true meaning of discipline that Dr. Maria Montessori wanted to convey to us. And then getting back to the topic, that material for development. So when we think about the topic, the material that comes to our mind is sensorial only. But whereas not only the sensorial material, the whole environment of Montessori is the material for development. Even the environment is a sort of teacher, which is telling you to be very, very careful and to use the environment very carefully. Like when we talk about the prepared environment, we talk about the paint that we use, we talk about the furniture that we use, and we talk about all the things that need to be age appropriate. The windows, the doors, the washrooms, the sinks, the commodes, everything has to be age appropriate. They are not meant for the adults, they are meant for the children. If you must have visited some Montessori's at some time of your life, and you must have seen that the place is meant specially for children. Alright? Now coming back to the material, we have got 5 subjects in Montessori: the sensorial, EPL, mathematics, culture, and language. Right? EPL is concerned with the material that you see in your daily life. Right? The tubs, the trays, the glasses, the spoons, the pegs, the clothes, the iron stand, you name it. Whatever you see in the house, that is why the Montessori environment is called the extension of home. It is not a school where children are taught in a regimental way, because it's not a scholastic age where children are forced, that they're made to sit for long hours and they're taught something. So, it is the extension of home, and the child is made to feel free, relaxed, and enjoy the time that the child is there. All the dishes, all the spoons, the glasses, they are of small size, so that the child can handle. The trays are small, the jugs are small, the tables are small, the chairs are small. The only thing which is large enough is the adult, the directress, the trained directress. Then you come to the other subject, which is the culture. Culture has the material. Mainly they've got flashcards, they've got molds, and as you had seen the puzzle maps, the world map, the continents, the countries, the different countries, and whatever you can think of, it is there. It is prepared. But when we talk about the material of the culture, that is not so calculated and measured as compared to the material that is in sensorial. Because sensorial has to do with your senses. And senses are our keys. They are the keys through which we introduce ourselves or we connect ourselves with the world around us. If we did not have the vision, we would have been unable to explore or admire the beauty of the world, the beautiful colors of the flowers, right? All the colorful world would have been colorless if there was no sight, no vision. The sense of sight would not have been there. It would not have been any interesting thing for us. And suppose we were hearing impaired, God forbid. So we could not have communicated with each other. Because if there is no hearing, no communication, no language development. Language develops only if you have your hearing, right? If you listen, if you hear, then only language develops. Similarly, you can smell things, you can admire the fragrance, you feel good, you feel fresh. So, in short, we say that senses are your introducers. They introduce you to the world, and we are thankful to the Almighty Allah that these are the blessings, and we have to be very thankful. And when we talk about Maria Montessori, she was the lady who followed the work of Jean Itard and Edward Seagull. These were the two gentlemen. Jean Itard was the teacher of Edward Seagull, and these people were working for the people who were mentally feeble. It's not a kind of disease. They were mentally challenged. Their mental development was arrested at some pace or whatever. They were not defective, but their mental development was arrested at some time. So, Itard worked for them, and Itard was very famous for a boy, the boy of Aveyron, who was found in the jungles. He brought that boy, and he worked with him. He tried to develop the language with certain experiences. He tried to make that boy stand in front of the mirror and work with him so that some kind of language could have been developed. And then, when that boy was found, he used to walk on his forelegs.
Usually during the break, faculty lecture भी आपका miss ना हो. So we were looking for you, they were not able to locate it, so I thought that this is a good way to just clear it out. Have a seat, please. Yes, what of the... And it has made sensorial quite easy and understandable. And the information is going to continue with yet another lecture, and that is by Ms. Batul Ishaq, and the topic is the exercise. And after that, it would be finally summarized and followed by Ma'am Nadia Salahuddin. So let's welcome Batul. Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Wow. Okay, everybody hearing at the back? My mic is fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how's the day so far?
So far, so good.
Tiring. Yes. Okay, welcome you. Yes, I just came to know that you are here from Sakkar, so welcome to Karachi.
Let's clap for them.
Yeah. That is the dedication. So exercise, what actually happens in the normal ordinary school? If we name exercise time is there, then we think about PE, physical exercise, isn't it?
Yes.
And but especially in the Montessori system, when we are talking about exercises, what does that mean?
The child does the exercise independently.
It is not only just the physical activity the child is doing, it is the mind which is working as well. The mental exercise is also taking place while the child is physically involved in any activity. Right? So we are more focusing on the sensorial aspect. And if we think about when the child is ready by the age of
3, almost, mental age is 3, the child is ready for the sensorial exercises. So, the senses should be reached by the teacher for that particular age group. It should be like one-to-one lesson or one-to-one coordination rather than taking a group and try to give the learning to a group of children and training the senses of so many children. So, we are taking, doing the exercises one child at a time, presenting one exercise to a child. Mostly. And secondly, if the child is mentally ready for that particular exercise. For example, if the child, the directress wants to give the paint tower or the geometric solids to the child. So who is it there who decides that which exercise should be given to the child? The child. Who to decide? The child. The child decides, but how does the teacher or the directress come to know about it?
You should take a consent.
Observation. Observing what?
Level of understanding.
The level of understanding of the previous activity and how the child is going, how the child shows the interest in a particular aspect of the environment. Then she decides that now the child is ready for any particular exercise X, Y or Z. So it means an extensive training is required by the teacher, isn't it? Because otherwise we can easily guess. If the child, like for example, watching the birds and sometime might be counting 1, 2, 3, but most of the time looking at the birds, at their feathers and their color, their sounds, the teacher who is not trained might end up, okay, I was looking at the child, he was counting the birds and now the child is ready for counting. But actually, if she observed with keen, deep interest, so she might find that the child is more interested in the bird's feather or the bird's look and the different qualities different birds have. Isn't it totally different? Yes. So the right type of training is required. A different aspect again come here. Definitely the physical training, then how to use the material. One aspect is there. Then again the need of the child and the developmental need of the child. That is the 4 planes of development. What are the different sensitive periods of the child at the particular age group? If the teacher knows or the directress knows that properly, for example, what are the sensitive periods? Sensitive period for tiny objects, for example, right? If the teacher doesn't know, then what happens for the tiny objects? If the, often it happens that you miss the tiniest pink tower cubes. It is misplaced somewhere, and if you try to search out, it might be come out from the pocket of any child or from their bag. And if you do not know that the child is going through the sensitive period for tiny objects, you might label him as thief. But actually, if you know that, the trained directress knows that, then is she going to label the child as thief?
No.
No, she knows that it is a sensitive period. She definitely helps the child to satisfy his need by working with a lot of tiny other objects, and but help the child not to take those things in the pocket, but never label or behave in that particular or insult the child in that particular way that he is a thief or doing something wrong, because actually he didn't do anything wrong. So a lot of extensive training is required. Again, if the child is mentally ready, directress chooses the right material, how to present the material in a particular way that it attracts the attention of the child. The material is already designed, already selected. As Manasma already gave a beautiful lecture, how Montessori and even before her Jonathan and Seguin, they developed the material. Maria Montessori further elaborated and bring the changes in some of the material and form sort of other exercises as well. We have the material, but you don't need to make so many material or activities, especially for the sensorial. But what is needed then? If we are in a very robotic manner started doing paint tower construction, just what is that? Are you going to attract the child?
No, not at all.
You think the child might be sitting by the end of the presentation if you are doing that particular way.
No.
So, eye contact with the child, the body language is more of, yes, facial expression, that if you are actually enjoying the activity from your heart, If you are enjoying it and you are feeling the enjoyment, it can be easily reflected on your face, it can be easily reflected through your body, and then that is transferred to the child, because the child absorbing mind. He is not only absorbing what you are saying or doing, he is absorbing your energy as well. He is absorbing your, emotions as well. How you are feeling while doing any particular thing. Few exercises, if you notice, few exercises, for example, few are really difficult one, like pouring water into, dividing the water into glasses, 3 glasses equally. Those, all that time, when I felt that, if I made a mistake, whenever I had this thought, I always made the mistake, and whenever I made the mistakes, my students always made the mistake. Why? Because they take my emotions and my energies in themselves.
They imitate.
मेरे खुद के facial expressions जो हैं, he is getting into it. He is taking like, okay, it's something difficult. It is nothing is difficult for the child, isn't it?
Yes.
He can easily learn 4 or 5 languages at that particular time.